Hello again, everyone. Steve Beverly and Alexander Bitterling live from University School of Jackson Gym, and it is middle school action this afternoon as the middle school Bruins team, the girls, will be taking on Hall's Middle School. And I got to tell you, when you get down to this age of athlete, Alexander, this is the one that is the preview of those that are to come to lead for both of these schools, their high schools.
Absolutely, Steve, and you can really see these players slowly begin to develop in the middle school years, and sometimes you see one or two that you know is just going to be a real all-star when they get to high school.
This is the first time that we have had the opportunity to look at the middle school Bruins, and I'll give you the starting lineups. Starting out is Addie Kirkland, Addie Simon, Jessie V., Lita Rose, and Ella Hall Eldridge. And then for Halls, you'll be looking at a young lady who wears number 14, Greer Bartholomew, Camden Sellers, Wiley Key, Taylor Canavan, whose grandfather happens to be the one and only Milt Canavan, who is one of the voices of high school football for E-Plus TV6 in Jackson, and Tatum Rich. And both these teams have a big roster they're pretty deep, a lot of reserves that hope to see some action. And one of the key things I think you look at this age is just maturing. They're developing and trying to get to a point where they can build the kind of provision. And the good thing that they have is they serve as feeder programs for their various high schools.
Absolutely, and for a lot of these athletes, this is probably their first organized basketball that they play. So this is really, as you said, developmental. They play a lot of games. They play really fundamental basketball. They're focusing on being able to dribble, being able to shoot, lay it in, and focus on those passes, things like that you would think of as the basics, but are really important at this stage of the game.
Well, they play 6-minute quarters, and we are a little bit more than 2 minutes away from the start of this one this afternoon, so we hope all of you are going to enjoy this. We'll have a boys game immediately after this, and then it will be the time for the mature Bruins to take over, as we'll have a high school game to cap off our action tonight as they take on Natchez Trace. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for the start of this middle school game between the Lady Bruins of USJ and the Lady Bruins of Halls.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
We are a team composed of highly skilled physical therapists with new school treatment approaches and old school customer service principles. We are a community presence because we know our foundation rests in relationship building and involvement. We are leaders in this industry, and we're putting in time daily to develop that aspect of thinking. We're more than a business. We're a team composed of individuals governed by a set of core values. We're more than a physical therapy company. We're a movement in the profession. We are your premier physical therapy team in West Tennessee.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. outdoor living, and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
And we're back here live from USJ Gymnasium, and we're getting ready for the start of this game, about to tip off between the Lady Bruins and HMS, and here we go. Lady Bruins getting the tip. And it's going to be interesting to see if they employ the same kind of all-court pressure that we have seen from their counterparts on the varsity. They're working the perimeter so far. And that cross-court pass that we see so many teams attempt. And a steal. And another one right back. Alexander, we have traded errors.
Right back the other way. But, Steve, it's impressive to see the patience from the Bruins so far in this game, especially at a younger age like this.
This is one reason why they don't put a shot clock in at this age, because they want them to learn the fundamentals much more, and that's what the coaches want. We're about 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. And they're going to whip it in the paint and nowhere to go. And a steal, but no, it's going to be a jump ball. And the alternate possession will go back to HMS.
So a lot of time already ran off the clock, and this is kind of what you expect to see in middle school basketball. A lot of passing, a lot of time running off at a time.
Timeout is called, and we'll be right back. No score yet.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And while we were away in a commercial, Addie Simon nailed the first basket of the game to make it 2-0 Lady Bruins. And that one was just too far out of the range. Good whip pass, but too far beyond the outstretched arms of Ella Hall Eldridge.
The right idea there, Steve. Just the execution wasn't quite what you wanted it to be. They rushed it a little bit there.
Here come the Phillies. I can tell you a young lady that I know, and I'm still going to call her a young lady. The jumper is in and out by Key, and here come the Lady Bruins. I'll tell you about a long time ago filly that played for this very same team many years ago. That one goes off to the right, and they scramble, and the first foul of the game is called. So the Phillies, they're going to use the same all-court pressure now that we're seeing that the varsity does. And stolen away, knocked away nicely by Ella Hall Eldridge.
Great job there by Eldridge to realize the pass was coming right over her head, and she wasn't able to secure it, but able to bat that one out of bounds and stop the play.
Let's see how the Phillies play it. And it goes right back to Huntingdon.
Eldridge right again, slapping that one out of bounds, playing some solid defense so far.
I was going to tell you that the long ago filly was Marquita Hunt, who had a storied 4-year career for Union University between 1994 and 98. She was one of the greats of all time for the Phillies. And she played in this very middle school program. And I'll never forget the night when she was playing against Bethel. And she put up the biggest brick that I've ever seen at the free throw line. 5-second violation.
That's not where I thought that story was going to go.
And if she hears about that, I got news for you. I will hear about it for no end. I've never let Marquita forget about that. She had her mother and her aunt almost in the floor in hysterics when she put that brick up. And 3-second violation. So we can see some of the challenges with the fundamentals between these two teams. But again, that all-court pressure that was just so relentless that we saw on Friday night from the varsity team, and I can see where they're teaching it right here. And the foul, a little bit too aggressive with it. And timeout. They didn't call a foul. It's timeout. We'll take a break. Lady Bruins on top, 2-0.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Marquita Hunt, who I mentioned earlier, she's now Marquita Hunt Winston. And I must tell you that she had a habit also when she became a Union player of intentionally losing her. I mean, this is really true. She used to frequently lose her contact lens so that timeout would have to be called and they'd have to search all over the floor in order to find it because she wanted to get more camera time. See, I know all these stories about people that played for these programs in the past. So off the turnover, here come the Lady Bruins once again. Very low-scoring affair, and we're under 2.5. Well, we're just above 2.5 minutes. 6-minute quarters in middle school, and the jumper from outside for the three is not there, but they get the offensive board. And taking that dribble and just off the mark. They haven't been able to get the range from right there at the top of the key. And flying in, getting the first basket of the afternoon is Allie Harris for the Phillies. So we're tied at 2. Low-scoring affair as we have just been underway with this first quarter. Open in the corner for the three. Not quite there for Kirkland. But again, that's the third offensive rebound they've had. And no friendly roll on that one for Addie. And they'll go back in the other direction.
Steve, you can see from all the three-pointers shot how Steph Curry has changed the game of basketball.
Yeah.
A couple years back, you would have never seen that in a middle school game. They've taken 4 threes in the last minute here for the Bruins, and that's just something they teach kids now. Learn to shoot the long ball.
And a foul on that attempt to fire it in across midcourt, and that one is charged to Ella Hall Eldridge. We got a triple header for you today, so we hope you'll stay with us all the way for that. Of course, for those of you who might be watching it, you still got time to get out here and see this in person. Beautiful gym here at USJ. You can tell the resources they have poured into this athletic program. And that one is just out of the reach of Emmeline Manus. So we're under a minute and a half to go and only a basket each for these two teams. And Alexander, once again, you can see the patience on offense. They're trying to look and see how they can set it up and be disciplined.
And that's what you want to teach them early on is find a good shot. Don't just settle for the first open look, but find somebody who's really got a good look at it.
And that rebound comes down in the corner to Allie Harris. And underneath, they got a 2-on-1 advantage and get the basket. High bank shot goes in. So Millie Luther makes it a 4-2 game in favor of the Phillies. Trying to answer with a 3 from just behind the top of the key. And they're going to scramble for this one, and Lady Bruins with about 33 seconds left pick it up. Let's see if they play for the final shot of the quarter. No, I think they're going to go early with it, such as right there. And it's in for the 3, and it goes through for Lita Rose. A 5-4 lead and almost a steal. Now, they're going to have a 2-on-2 situation. And nice stop and pop by Millie Luther. She's got 4, and so we got a little pace picking up now. They're going to have to hurry to get one off. And the jumper is just a little bit too far right by Lita Rose, but got a little bit more momentum going as we got to the closing moments of that first quarter. So we have finished 6 minutes of play, and it is the Phillies leading the Lady Bruins 6-5.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
The Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody.
Addie Simon with a big pump 3 from about 22 feet out to give the Lady Bruins the lead again at 8-6. And boy, they are giving fits to the Phillies to try to get it across midcourt. That all-court pressure is just huge, and it really puts some intensity because you're really struggling to get your offense back down at the opposite end of the floor, Alexander.
Absolutely, and running that full court press in the middle school team really gets these girls ready when they get to that high school team that's running the exact same system, and we'll see it later tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we won't
will not see it tonight.
No girls' high school game.
No girls' game tonight, but and here's a steal. Let's see. It's going to be a one-on-one situation, and she curls it up and draws the foul. Nice job to break it up on the part of the Lady Bruins, but it is going to send Allie Harris to the free throw line for a couple.
Addie Simon for the Lady Bruins did a good job of tracking her all the way down the court. She did commit the foul, but she did that one on purpose there because she's going to have to earn them here.
And also another big key is learning to shoot free throws because the younger they are, the more push they've got to put on the ball. And it's there's a fine art to free throw shooting. That's why so many of the best ones are in the gym doing it consistently every day. Allie Harris gets the second of 2. And now the Phillies are going to a press. It was a 4-girl press, and they did a great job of getting it down low underneath, and Ella Sallee will go to the free throw line for 2.
What you can tell there, Steve, is that when they do scrimmages and practice, they're running that full court press, so the Lady Bruins already know how to beat it and get the ball to the other side of the court.
It was interesting because when we got in here before this game started, as Ella connects on her first of 2, when we got in here to see the varsity practice, and you could just see how intense the workout was to try to get their fundamentals down on that press, and they went up and down the floor, and that foul is going to be called on Jessie V. V and Sallee have the only 2 fouls for the Lady Bruins. It's just always interesting to see the maturing process of these young ladies when they are at this level, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and you're trying to get to a point where you really want to be ready to make your move to the varsity.
Absolutely, and you've got players that play for varsity that are in 8th grade here at USJ, and some familiar faces for sure if you've been watching Bruins basketball.
Quick, crisp passing. And that one was knocked away. And Lady Bruins will play it underneath. 4:43 remaining. They lead by 2 at 9-7. They put together a couple of threes in this contest. You don't usually see at this level as many threes because they're learning more dribble, drive, penetration. As Alexander talked about, though, the influence of Steph Curry on all levels of basketball has just been enormous. I can remember when coaches balked about, at the high school level, balked about inserting the three-pointers because they said, if we do that, then all of the players we have, that's all they'll want to do is just put it up from outside.
If you watch basketball now, it seems like a lot of players, that's all they really want to do. They want to get to one of the corners and just catch and shoot.
Look at this steal. 2-on-1 situation. Nice assist. Terrific job of that play on the inside, giving Alita Rose another basket and that assist from Ella Davis.
And smart basketball there from Ella Davis. She could have gone up with it, but she decided to take the extra pass and find that open man.
That's unselfish basketball, and you love to see these young ladies learn that at this age. They're going to go for the home run. It's going to be a 1-on-2 situation. And that one was what you would call a little thumb drive pass and shot at the goal, and Greer Bartholomew connects. Going for the bomb. Yes! So once again, Lita Rose delivers, and she has 8 of the 14 points. Well, they've been going for the long passes, and they had a 3-on-1, and a high bank shot goes through.
So a lot of quick basketball here, Steve.
And we're seeing the pace of the scoring, trying for that push on the corner. You can see how they have to have a little bit more upper body strength to be able to hit that. That one that looked like the old-fashioned two-hand set shots that you used to see all the time in girls basketball. In fact, up until the late 60s, I didn't even know that girls knew how to shoot with a hand on the end of the ball and one behind the back of the ball. And they changed everything because they began shooting just like boys do. But at this age, a lot of times you have to do those two-hand set shots or push shots. Got a little equipment adjustment here. 14-11 is our score. Millie Luther with 6 for Huntingdon and 8 for Lita Rose of the Lady Bruins. And they whip it around that perimeter, looking for somebody to cut underneath or to get a screen for one like that. Just off the mark by Addie Simon, but they're going to push it again. That one was too strong. You can see that right off the bat by V. And it goes into the Phillies bench, and the Phillies will play it.
A couple of good boards there from the Bruins. You can really tell that they are fighting to get those rebounds.
And I must tell everybody that tonight there is a championship game going on somewhere in Los Angeles that I have a serious interest in. But we won't talk about that because this is basketball right now. Here's a steal. And stop and pop just a little bit too low for Addie Simon, and jump ball and the alternate possession will go to the Phillies. And Huntingdon sends in a couple of replacements.
Good job there by Simon. She missed the shot, but she didn't hang her head. She went right back and fought for the ball and was able to get that jump ball.
That's what you have to do, is to have that kind of court concentration. If you have an error, you just have to shake it off. And I could see Coach Hatcher over on the other side. She's holding up her hands to signal to them that jump ball is going to send it back in the other direction. Coach Hatcher was signaling to her with both hands up to everybody get defensive position. And they were able to tie the ball up and send it back for a turnover. And that one little dribble and almost off the back of the iron. This team has some good dribble penetration, but that one was one that you just deliver, and it was the quickest way to the basket, and Addie Simon has 7.
Well, really solid pass there, right in the perfect spot, and she put it up, made it look easy.
And the foul is going to be charged, but it's not a bad foul at all.
The Bruins now with their biggest lead of the ball game. They lead it by 5.
Ella Hall Eldridge is charged with her second foul. And that one goes off the mark. And a few volleyball tips trying to connect with that. And underneath. Excellent catch underneath on that lob pass on the inside. And it is an 18-11 lead for the Lady Bruins. And here we go again. They're in transition. Turnaround jumper is not there, but Ella Sally will go to the line for a couple.
The Bruins really finding their groove here as they're up by 7 now. They really look like they're doing it on both sides of the floor and developing plays on offense.
And off the mark on the free throw. That's only the second team foul on the Phillies. And let's see how Ella delivers on this one. Gets the second of the 2. 19-11 lead. And again, they're trying to match that press with speed, and sometimes that's what you have to do. And a couple of shots that are a little bit too strong. Fall away is not there, and they scramble, and they're going to have a 4th opportunity at it. And saving it in the corner, that almost was a turnover. Down to 40 seconds in the first half. They're going to have to scramble on that one. Almost a foul by Ella Davis, but she stayed with it. Quick hands knocked that one out of bounds. And Alexander, this is strong defensive effort when they get across midcourt.
Absolutely. And you can tell that the Bruins really are defensive-minded.
Mm-hmm.
They're really focusing, and, of course, that comes from that full-court press they run.
And that's an offensive foul. You could tell that right from the bat. It was excellent defensive position, and the foul is charged to Allie Harris. So let's see, and they're in their press. They've got 4 up and leaving 1 back. Tatum Rich is the one who hangs back. She gives away a height advantage to Ella Sally, who is going to turn around and fire it, and it just will not drop, just outside of the cylinder. They're going to have to hurry to get one off. There's only 3 seconds remaining, and I don't believe they'll get one. She fired it, and she gave it a good look, but We have finished our first 12 minutes of the 24 that we play. It is a 19-11 lead for the Lady Bruins. Let's see how the scoring delivers. We've got one player that scored a basket that we didn't have a number for, so we're going to check that out. But also, Addie Simon has 7. Lita Rose is the leader with 8, and Ella Saleh with 2, both from the free throw line. We'll find out who that number 20 is in just a moment. And then for the Phillies, and they've tacked on 11 here in this first half. Millie Luther, the leader, with 6. Allie Harris with 3, and Greer Bartholomew with 2. And that's your totals here as we go to our halftime break. And your score is the Bruins 19 and the Phillies 11. We'll be back after an extended number of messages of interest to you from many of our great sponsors.
The Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive and Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
A lot of players are headed back on the court with USJ on top of the Huntingdon Phillies, 19-11. And it's Jesse V who has that 2 points that we were looking for. We had, when we went down to get the original numbers, we had 2 number 3s, and so we find out one of them was Jesse. So the Phillies have first possession here in the third quarter. There's one thing about it. With 6-minute quarters and no shot clock, these games are played with pretty much rapid fire. Strong girl-to-girl defense here on the floor. You don't see them playing zone really at this time in their careers. That one goes off the mark, and it'll go back to the Phillies. And she's hungry to find somebody open, and here you go. This is going to be, oh my goodness, she had a free ticket and it went off her foot when she took the dribble. But getting their poise together, the Lady Bruins, and nice job blocking it, but the foul is going to be charged.
I believe that's on Addison Robertson.
Yeah, Addison Robertson. So at the line for 2 is Ella Hall Eldridge. Off the back of the iron. That's the one that when we call the high school and college games, we say iron unkind. Just didn't want to cooperate with her with that free throw. But the second one is true, and so it is a 9-point lead now for the Lady Bruins, back in that all-court pressure. They're just relentless with it, and they have forced yet another turnover.
Rewarded very quickly on that one, and it really puts just some fear in the offense when they're looking down at that full-course press and don't see anybody open. You try to force something a little too much.
And the other thing is, if any of these girls ever go to play college, hey, here's a steal. We'll get back to that in a moment. It's going to be a big stretch drive and not there for Addison Robertson. She had the open look, and it just didn't fall. And they're going to work back the perimeter once again and take their time. And they found somebody wide open underneath. The bank was too high for Jesse. And it goes back in the other direction. And they stay right in it. They are absolutely disciplined for this. And the steal. That's another thing that happens. You force them into those long passes, and sometimes you got to have every bit of upper body strength that you have to get it down across the court. High arcing 3 just off the top of the iron.
The Bruins breathing with a lot of lead here right now.
Listen, I was waiting for you to say that for me today. I actually used your line during the Union University men's game on Saturday. I just want you to know that you can call and find out if you get any money for trademarks off of that.
Who do I call?
Well, call the first. You got to get a trademark.
Okay,
on the line.
first step.
But I stole it. I just want you to know that.
I think I gave you permission last game.
Thank you very much. Tipped away by the Phillies down underneath, and so they'll pick it back up. 4:07 to go. Middle school action live from University School of Jackson. Tipped away again. I remember calling a high school game many years ago that on a throw-in like that, there were 11 tip-outs before they finally got to action.
Wow.
That was almost another one. And traveling is called. So after 3 opportunities to get it inside, they commit the turnover. And so here we go back down the opposite end for the Phillies. It was tipped away, and they say it was going to be off the hands of Addison Robertson. So here we go back at the opposite end. And they spread them out. And that one was one in open underneath, but they did not see Jesse V underneath. And that's the way you do it. And it didn't drop, but that's the way you do it, as Addison Robertson did. Try to get it where you're underneath and you get it and don't take the dribble. That was actually Emmeline Manus from the corner. The 3, just too much push on it. It takes a while at this age to get the feel of the three-point shot, because there is, and you talk to any high school and college players will tell you, there's a feel when you know that thing is headed right in. Getting close to the 3-minute mark, still a 20-11 lead for the Lady Bruins. And pumping up a 3, didn't really have a good look at the basket on that. But they have another opportunity.
Phillies are still looking for the first point of the second half here.
And they cough it up once again, and they got numbers. Now it's finally picked back up. They're going to go to the inside, but they have triangled underneath Ella Sallee, and they were fortunate to get the ball back there. The jumper. That two-hand push shot, and it goes away, and so the Phillies will take it back with 2:27 remaining. A couple of substitutions checking in. Ella Davis is in for the Bruins, and coming out is Addie Kirkland.
Doesn't take very long of that back and forth turnover after turnover basketball for you to get pretty winded.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of coaches who employ it that way make multiple substitutions in a rapid-fire fashion. And again, Phillies, anything they can do to get that key unlocked, and they did. Allie Harris connects. First basket of the third quarter for the Phillies, 20-13.
Harris now has 5 points. So the lead scorer, she's right under Millie Luther.
Millie Luther with six, yeah. Big bomb three. Nope, too much push on it, but the follow didn't get the bank right. And they scramble around, so the Phillies trying to make a bit of a rally here. They got about a minute and a half left. It was a collision over in front of the scorer's table. Now watch this stack formation, and then they'll split. It's good left-handed dribbling ability on the part of Greer Bartholomew. The way they've got that defense stacked on the inside, it is hard to get a pass into the paint. And they scramble. It is jump ball situation, and it will go back to the Phillies on alternate possession.
How about that hustle there from Ella Davis, too, to hit the floor just to try to get the ball out?
Let me tell you what, I am so impressed with the aggressiveness of this defense, even when they're not in the all-court press. And the jumper and the foul. They're going to charge that one to Addie Simon. So a two-shot opportunity with 66 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And off the mark. And they get the friendly roll to close it to within 6. So Allie Harris with 6 now. And you get a nice round of applause for the Phillies for being able to pick up off that turnover. And this one could be a foot race. And it's Allie Harris underneath. Good block, but she, shall I say, made a little contact with the wrist.
A good bit of momentum here from the Phillies. They've outscored the Bruins 4-1 in this quarter, an opportunity to get 2 more here.
Ella Hall Eldridge broke that play up, but was also charged with the foul. So Allie Harris misses the first of 2. This is where you got to be able to connect if you're going to make a rally. And that one goes off to the right, but they still get the offensive board. And they say it was off the hands. It was not tipped out. It was off of the hands of Tatum Rich. So with a little more than 40 seconds to go, a chance for a final opportunity in the third quarter. Look at that. That's going to be an over and back violation. Just too much on that pass. They work drills to deal with the crisp pass like that, but that was just too far out of her range to pick that up. Harris underneath and draws the foul once again. I'm impressed with her aggressive drives to the basket. Lita Rose is charged with a foul.
She's doing a great job of taking the game into her own hands and drawing in that contact.
And right through the heart. Harris is really camped out. She could get a Coleman stove over there and I think be really at home now. Got them both. 20-16, so they are on a 5-0 run. They've closed that 9-point lead down to 4. And they're going to play a little more of a half-court trap than the intense all-court pressure, and they went right down the middle to break it up. And the jumper is there. Nice job by Cooper McGee.
Great answer there from the Bruins to just focus on what they do and get 2 points back on the scoreboard.
And taking a big, big tumble down right below our broadcast booth was Greer Bartholomew.
Foul's going to be called on Ella Hall Eldridge.
And that is her 4th. And checking in is Lita Rose once again. They're going to have to hurry to get one up. And she pulled away and is trying to back up and get one of those stop and pop jumpers, but she traveled.
Yeah, you can see Ellie Harris there just kind of shuffle her feet a little bit, and unfortunately, as they say, you can't do that.
No. Shuffles are not legal. And Big Long. I'm going to tell you, she had a good push on that one, did Lita Rose, but we have played 3, and your score is 22-16 in favor of the Lady Bruins. Back in 60 seconds.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Well, the Huntingdon Phillies managed a 6-3 edge in that third quarter to close it to 6. It was 19-10 at halftime. So we'll see how they play it as we start this final 6 minutes of action. Lady Bruins once again being extremely disciplined and losing that one. And Greer Bartholomew trying to take it all the way just off to the right, but they get the offensive board. Underneath, wide open and not able to navigate it home was Camden Sellers. They had 2 really good opportunities. Big bomb 3 is there. Tremendous job by Jesse on that one to make it a 25-16 game. The high bank, the geometry just was not right, and it's Ella Sallee the rebound, and they call a jump ball, so the alternate possession will go back to the Phillies. And a couple of fresh substitutions come in for the Lady Bruins. Addie Simon and Addie Kirkland are both back in. And underneath, the foul. That was good court awareness on that one, Alexander.
Absolutely, and what you don't want to do is give up a foul so that they can pause the clock and score without time running. What the Bruins want to do is if you got to let off the shot, let it, but don't stop the clock and help out Huntingdon.
Tatum Rich nails it home. They've closed it down to 8 again. In and out on the second. And Jesse with the rebound. Tell you, Ella Sallee has some height advantage on this, really just about anybody on this Phillies roster.
We've seen her several times just reach over somebody and grab a rebound.
And open for the bank, and it's short. But the follow is there for Ella Sallee, and that gives her 4 on the afternoon. And it's back to a 10-point lead to match the largest that the Lady Bruins have had. They scramble. It's going to be a jump ball, and it'll go to the Lady Bruins.
Great job there. You've got to credit Addie Kirkland. She fought hard for that one to get it back in bounds and eventually ended up going the Bruins' way.
A couple of subs come back in for the Phillies. Taylor Canavan is back in and Wiley Key. And they're going back into their more half-court trap-oriented pressure. And the steal. Now, she can't go in transition because they picked her up very, very quickly. The thing about it is with the Lady Bruins, they have a mindset for defense the minute that ball changes hands. Rich tried to get it up underneath, but it doesn't work.
And like you mentioned, again, great defense right there. The Bruins able to get the ball back. And what they want to do now with 4:07 and a 10-point lead is take as much time as you can and add a couple points to that scoreboard.
Lita Rose checking back in after a brief respite. They got this one. Left-hand layup, and it was just too forced. Oh, my goodness. They had 2 underneath that were just wide open. Here goes a big 3. Nope, short. Rebound coming off to Allie Harris. Harris went through all kinds of defenders, and they finally pick it back up, and the foul, unfortunately, is going to be charged to Lita Rose, her second. And she was frustrated with herself because she knew that was one that she would love to have back. Checking back in is Ella Sallee.
She didn't mean to foul there, but it wasn't a bad foul to give. They had an open look at the basket if they got past her, so foul potentially saved the bucket.
Wiley Key with her first basket to close it down to 8 at 27-19. And falling away from it and drawing the foul. That will send Allie Harris to the line. Philly's about to get in another substitution after the first free throw. Ella short on that. And checking back in for the Phillies is Emmeline Manus. And off the back of the iron, but they get the offensive board. They've really been crashing it and also boxing out in free throw situations. Good dribble penetration. It's just off the back of the iron. And she's in trouble. Manages to navigate her way out of it, and the jumper is way too strong. Now watch this foot race going down the left-hand side and the foul. That's one of those that's just it's one of those I didn't mean to, but Alexander, the years we've been doing basketball, there's not a category for I didn't mean to fouls.
There are not, no. Unfortunately, you don't get a certain amount of those either. Those count as the typical 5.
That's right. So let's see how Coach Hatcher plays this one. Yeah, you don't want to have 2 players that are that close to each other. You need them spread out.
Could have been a lot worse.
Soft little floater goes through for Addie Simon. She'd been quiet for a while, but now she has 9 in the game for the Lady Bruins, and they're back to the 10-point margin with about 2:20 to go. And off her foot and right back into the hands of Ella Sallee. Now we're seeing some up-tempo basketball on the part of the Lady Bruins. They don't have to do it right now because it would be very, very difficult to see a 10-point rally in 2 minutes. And they're going to take their time now.
They wanted to hurry up and get it to their side of the floor, but then take their time once they got there.
That's going to be a tie-up, and it goes back to the Phillies. So they bring another substitution back in. Greer Bartholomew checks back in for Huntingdon. And the Phillies have it. And here they go. And they cough it right back up. Quick hands with that steal by Addie Simon. And from the corner, three's just a little bit short. And they're content to keep it right around the perimeter with 1:26 left. Again, another three. That one off the mark again. And there's a kick. It looked like they were going for a field goal at that point, and it's going to go back to the Lady Bruins. So Jesse's going to toss it in, and let's see who's checking back in here. I think that's Addison Robertson who is back in for the Phillies. And they work the perimeter again, just taking their time as we're getting very, very close to the 1 minute mark. And underneath they go, and drawing the foul. That quick release on the part of Ella Sallee. And she'll go to the line for a couple.
Way up here at the table, Steve, we can hear Hatcher saying move and pass. She's really preaching to her team to continue that ball movement, because what they want to do is hold on to the ball right now and run that clock down.
Well, she does not stop coaching with a 10-point lead with 65 seconds remaining, because she wants her team to stay aware and not put the brakes on.
A lot of times in situations like that, coaches that are great are coaching for the future. In this moment, it might not matter if they turn the ball over, but later it will, and they want to coach them for that moment.
And quick hands from behind broke that one up by Jessie V. Oh, let's see what we got here. And we got 57 and a half seconds left, and the official says, okay, let's play it again this way. This is going to be a Lady Bruins victory. And timeout is called. So let's take a quick break. 48 seconds remaining. Lady Bruins on top of the Phillies, 29-19.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
So 10-point lead, less than a minute remaining here from University School of Jackson gym. And they go inside to Sallee once again. They've just spread them out, trying to run as much clock as they possibly can. And it's not really a good strategy for going to the foul fest by the Phillies, because this one is pretty much in the books. They're double teaming the ball. They're almost stolen, and it is. So they finally managed to get a steal out of it, but that one just completely got out of the way of Wiley Key. And they scramble, and the Phillies pick it back up, and the foul. Foul is charged to Addie Simon. So they'll have a couple of free throws to try to make it a little more respectable with 7 seconds remaining. In and out. And that should just about do it. And it does do it. Your final 29-19, Lady Bruins taking it with a 7-3 edge in the fourth quarter after it was closed down to 4 points. at one stretch of the imagination. Let's give you our final scoring totals here for the Huntingdon Phillies. Allie Harris picked up 8 points on the day, and Millie Luther 6. They were your leaders. And then over for USJ, you had Lita Rose with 8, Addie Simon with 9, and Jessie picked up 5 as well. You had Ella Sallee with 4. And those were your leaders for both of the teams. And so another one in the books for the Lady Bruins. And so the guys are beginning to take the floor for the second half of this, well, I should say the second third of our triple header. So we'll take an extended break, and then we'll come back with the start of the boys' game between USJ and Huntingdon.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B, Conrad Drive, Jackson.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson. Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
We're back here at USJ. The middle school boys about to take over after your Lady Bruins. The middle school team defeated Huntingdon 29-19. If you were just joining us, I'm Alexander Bitterling and joined by Steve Beverly, and we are just about 30 seconds away from some more basketball here at USJ. Starters are just about to be announced. And a good crowd for an early game tonight. It's just past 6 o'clock, but the Bruins fans are really showing up here to support their team. And a good crowd came out from Huntingdon as well. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a delayed start, but the two teams ready to get their lineups announced. Kenton Smith starting out for the Mustangs from Huntingdon. Bryson Holiday as well. Number 15, Lucas Smith. Number 10, Zayden Connolly. And rounding out your starters for the Mustangs, number 11, Kylan Turner. For your Bruins is going to be number 0, Braden Jones. Number 1, Drew Davis. Number 4, Hudson Rushing. Number 10, Eli Yondell. And number 23, Sam Kale. So that's your starters for tonight's game. And they are just meeting there in the Bear Paw to get this jump ball started. Looking forward to some good basketball, 6-minute quarters, because this is a middle school game. So 4 6-minute quarters is what we will be playing. Bruins taking some time in the huddle there, but looks like the Mustangs are ready to go. Deep benches for both of these teams. Several players they can make substitutions. The jump's going to be Rushing for your Bruins and Holiday for the Mustangs. So the ball will land in the hand of the Mustangs. Mustangs start the possession. Kenton Smith driving down the baseline, loses control of it. That's a turnover, and Kale's going to end up with the ball. So you can already tell a little bit faster pace to this ball game if you were watching the girls' game earlier. Another turnover. The Mustangs get the ball. Here comes Smith. And rolling out of bounds there. That one goes off of Connolly. It's going to be inbounded now by Endell. So the Bruins trying to make something happen, get the first points of the ball game. A 3 is up, off the mark. Able to get his own miss, though, is Jones. Keep the possession alive, so that one goes out of bounds. So the Mustangs taking the ball the other way. About a minute has expired on this one, and still no points on the scoreboard. Smith looks like he's the lead ball distributor for this team, running the point, or the floor general as they call it. So Mustangs driving in. Good drive there, and the first points are in. It's number 31, Bryson Holiday with 2. So the Mustangs lead it. Almost tipped away there. Up and in for the first points for your Bruins. That's Sam Kale for 2. Good drive there by Smith. He thought he drew the foul, but evidently not. Mustangs will retain in possession of the ball.
There's a lot of fast action that you saw right at the beginning of this, and that defense is really interesting as you see that jumper go through again at the opposite end.
Deep 2 there for Smith. The 3 is up. A little too strong on that one. Offensive foul is going to be committed.
Once again, just like we talked about with the girls, when they're at this age, they're in the maturing process when it comes to being athletes. And that's one of the things right there, is being instinctive to knock it off your opponent's chest and force it out of bounds.
Great job there by Turner to do just that. You could almost see the light bulb go off in his head, and he quickly jumped to get it done. Smith getting locked up, but able to get a pass off. Oh, and what a spin move there by Lucas Smith. His first 2 are in.
Well, being able to do that spin move and then put it up left-handed, that's something that you oftentimes can't coach. You just have to be born with that talent.
Driving in and drawing the foul is number 21, Jacob Snyder, so he'll go to the line.
And they'll charge that to Bryson Holiday. In and out, that iron unkind. And again, getting the fundamentals down of free throw shooting, because that's the key where you want to try to learn it at this age.
That one was just about in, just took the unfriendly bounce, and there's not a lot you can do about that one. But adjusts there and swishes that one home.
But I can tell he's got a nice form and a spin on the ball that usually is going to be a huge help. And you know, particularly if you develop free throw shooting skills at the middle school level, you are going to be highly valuable for the varsity.
Sam Kale swatted that one out. So forced the Mustangs to inbound it again. Smith behind the back.
Notice how they're aggressively attacking the basket.
And you can tell quickly in this game that Smith plays that way. Always attacking. Likes the ball in his hand, likes driving in. So the first one is off the back of the rim. Second one as well, same place.
That's frustrating to a shooter, but when you know you got the feel there and it goes off the back of the iron, and it does it on both of them.
So that foul is going to be on Kylan Turner. His first one. Got a little too aggressive trying to play defense there. High pass. Couple Bruins calling for the ball on that one. A good drive and just too strong there for Jacob Snyder. Mustangs able to get that one.
Boy, you can see the physical presence down underneath, in particular for Bryson Holiday. Yeah, they're going to call a travel. When you make that turn, you got to make sure you have the pivot foot planted properly, and he just changed it.
Aggressive pass there, and Bruins
oh, my goodness.
A tough tumble.
Sam Kale, you don't want to see somebody pull up and have a knee injury right here at this stage of the season.
He jumped up pretty quickly, but he took a tough tumble.
I'm going to remember that the next time I'm calling a Union game about tough tumbles.
Kale's right back to playing good defense as well. You could tell the Bruins as a program as a whole, guys and girls, middle school and high school, they really preach stay consistent on defense.
And
good steal. What a fake, but he can't drive it home. On the second opportunity for Braden Jones, that's just a great play all around. Get the steal, the fake, and then be able to put that one back up.
And keeping your concentration to get the follow shot.
Smith just doing it all himself there. What a drive from Smith, and he makes it 8-5. It's going to be a timeout for your Bruins, and we'll take a quick break as well.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
It's 8-5 here at USJ, and it's clear that the Huntingdon Mustangs and Kenton Smith came to play. It's 8-5 right now, but Smith getting it done all by himself on that last drive. Bruins trying to answer here. Off the bottom of the rim on that one. Foul's going to be called under the basket. Looks like it's on number 14. It's going to be Hayes Eubanks. So his first of the ball game.
Huntingdon goes a little bit deeper on its bench than does USJ, but these guys are well schooled.
A three up off the front of the rim.
Had good range on that one, but it just bounced off the right-hand side of the rim and then off on the left.
Smith, good dribble moves.
Boy, Noah Britt gives them a huge physical presence down underneath.
Bruins able to pick that one up. They're going to try to get this one within 1 point.
Now, that's one of those passes that you got to be very, very careful that your guy down underneath is ready for one that crisp. And it was just simply too hard.
So now we see the Bruins here doing a little bit of that press we've seen from the girls today. And they force a travel.
Yeah, traveling violation right there. And that's, again, shuffling the feet. And you got to be very careful to have yourself planted.
The momentum's really pretty slow here in the end of the first quarter. We got a little more than 20 seconds to play, and the Bruins looking for that one opportunity. Great save there. Bruins going to have to get something to develop. They've got about 10 seconds.
Yeah, the bench needs to call out and count down the time.
Sam Kale called for the screen. He'll put up a three. Almost.
He had good range on that, and Braden Jones tried to follow it, but they couldn't make it fall.
So at the end of the first quarter, it's 8-5. We'll take a quick break here at Worthy Road Studios and be back with the second quarter of action.
The Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Just moments away from the second quarter of action here at USJ for your middle school Bruins. We've got a lot of basketball left, Steve, but these two teams looking pretty evenly matched so far.
Yeah, I mean, and USJ has had its chances to match them on the scoreboard, and sometimes it's just been the case the iron was unkind because they'd hit the back of that iron that it would rim off, but they get alternate possession, first one here in the second quarter.
Davis commanding the offense right now.
Yep, took that step. You got to be careful, and that's where a lot of young players, but heck, you know, we've seen it with college students where they will take that one step, not thinking they're going to be called for it before they either pass it or they try to go for the dribble drive.
That's one of the things that's not – losing control of it there, but it's not called too often in the NBA, so young players, they watch the professionals get away with it, but it's going to be called at this level for sure. A three, wide open look.
Those threes from the corner are a lot harder because you don't have the backdrop of the backboard, and so you just have to have the perfect feel to be able to hit them.
Another three from the Mustangs. Holiday fighting hard. He's able to draw the foul.
Man, for him to go back through and get 2 opportunities at the basket, I mean, he was just hard charging there, and he's got a physical presence that makes it difficult to stop him.
You could see by the way he drove in that they didn't really know what to do. He was quite a bit bigger than them, and he got his way with them.
He gave him a head fake on that second opportunity, and that's what sent him to the free throw line. Got a couple of substitutions coming in now for the Bruins. You got Hudson Rushing and Eli Yandel.
Holiday's second one's up, and perfect shot right there. So he's got 3 now in the ball game. He had the first 2 points for the Mustangs. What a basket there.
Oh, yeah, nice over-the-shoulder toss by Rushing.
Smith gets a little bit of a breakaway.
And you just have to have your geometry right to be able to connect one like that, because he's not tall enough yet to be able to get it softly up off the glass. Well, look over here. Rushing's calling for the ball. He wants it badly. He was wide open.
In the corner. Up, and that one's a beauty.
Quick release by Sam Cale, and if you can get rid of it that quickly and you've got the range, you are a real buzzsaw for your team.
Bruins resetting their defense there. They got a little bit too aggressive, and they had 3-on-1 and left a couple guys open, but got lucky. Holiday, good give inside to Smith.
That's an instinctive move. He knew the defenders were right on top of him, and so you just put it up in any way you possibly can and hope that you're going to get fouled if it doesn't go through.
Smith got the pass a little bit too far in front of him, but was able to come back and draw that contact. First one's no good.
They've had a rough evening so far from the free throw line, only 1 out of 6.
That one won't fall either, so the woes continue. There's a 3 up.
Yes, sir.
The high arc gets it done from Eli Yandel.
So that's 2 threes here in this quarter, and they've got timeout.
So the Bruins take the lead 13-11, their first lead of the ball game, and we've got a timeout. We'll be right back after this.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
The Bruins take the lead 13-11, your score here at USJ on Ball Game Blitz, and the Mustangs right out of their first timeout.
And they're in a bit of a half-court trap now. They've got 3 guys up front trying to just stall the offense from getting across, but it was a nice job of navigating it by the Mustangs.
3 from Holiday is no good. So the Bruins going to get a chance to add to this lead here.
Now watch the wing guards try to rotate as much as possible.
Deep corner 3.
Now that looked like that was away from the ball, and so it's going to go back in the other direction. It was not a 3-shot foul, and a lot of times you get fooled by that.
Eli Yandel with that one. And the Bruins so many times have gotten open there for that corner three.
Yeah, that's one thing that the defense has not been able to pick up on because they've had screens to leave them open, particularly on the left wing.
A three for the Mustangs off the bank is not in.
This is going to be one.
Yes. Hudson Rushing getting it done. He's got 4 points now in the ball game, and the Bruins have a 4-point lead.
10-3 run here in this second quarter.
Going to call another foul on Yandel there.
That is not what you want to see from Eli this early on in the contest, so they're going to get some reserves back in. It looks like Braden Jones coming back as well, and I can't tell who this other one is who is in. Oh, that's Jake Payne.
Holiday drives in and hangs. Great shot there. He's got 5 points now.
Now, this is how they get away from the press, is to go down the middle, but he forgot about that hand that was behind him.
Big block there. Rushing rejected that one.
Outstanding attention to detail there, and also to stay away from the foul, stay away from the body contact.
A lot of times with the younger players, you see them get the big block, and then the whistle, you hear that because it's a foul. But great job there, clean block. Smith will slow it down a little bit for the Mustangs. Holiday wanted that one down to the paint, but doesn't get it. Bruins able to pick up on it. They'll take a moment to just reset their offense.
Now see, once again, they're over there on the left wing, and they had two players open. They caught up underneath and managed to block it. It might have been one of those situations that he could have dished it off to Drew Davis to perhaps try a three there.
Driving in, and they just let him take that one. Eubanks with his first two of the ball game.
Yeah, the defense went a bit of sleep on that one.
So it's a tie ball game now. The Mustangs tie it up. Good fake move and up and in. What a play there from Rushing. That fake pass really fooled the defense. He's got 6 in this quarter. Little pull-up jumper, no good. Smith will get a chance at a three. Wide open, rolls out. Less than a minute left to play here in the second quarter.
Now watch this one-on-one drive.
Drawing the contact, but not able to finish at home.
That's one of those situations where Turner was determined, and he saw he had a one-on-one matchup, so he's going straight in. The only risk that you run is if the player has position and suddenly it's an offensive foul, but he knew he was going to get the contact. He put it up and gets the two-shot opportunity.
So Turner a chance to earn them here and tie the ball game. Too strong on the first one.
Yeah, this has not been a celebratory night, if you will, from the free throw line for the Mustangs.
1 out of 7 so far. This could be a chance for a 2 out of 8. And it won't be. So less than 25% from the free throw line. Smith a three. Good job there by the Mustangs to save that possession. Takes the little jumper.
Yeah, that was one of those situations that Snyder was probably better versed not to try to bank it in because he was so far down underneath. It's very hard to be able to get it off the glass.
Smith driving, hanging.
Offensive foul.
That's one of those dangers that you run doing that play. Driving in so hard like that, if the defense plays it right, they're going to draw that foul. Bruins a little bit of trouble just to inbound the ball. They'll push it ahead. They can't get it to fall. Some good defense from Holiday there.
Well, there was a fan down there who was just almost in the floor, frustrated that it didn't go.
Smith tries to throw it up right before the clock expires, but the Bruins hold on to their lead here in the second. 19-18 your score here at halftime. The Bruins holding on by a thread, Steve.
and they had a 14-10 edge in that quarter, and what I think they did is really they more aggressively pursued those inside baskets, and they had a couple of instances where you had the guy open on the left wing, and he was able to put through a three. So a lot more aggressiveness that we saw from USJ in that second quarter.
And you've got to believe that the Mustangs are going to be talking about that left wing right there. They've left open all night long because if the Bruins continue to capitalize on that, it's going to be tough to catch up.
Well, why don't we send it to the folks at home to have a chance to see some of our fine sponsors right now?
Let's do it. 19-18 your score here at halftime. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
We are a team composed of highly skilled physical therapists with new school treatment approaches and old school customer service principles. We are a community presence because we know our foundation rests in relationship building and involvement. We are leaders in this industry and we're putting in time daily to develop that aspect of thinking. We're more than a business. We're a team composed of individuals governed by a set of core values. We're more than a physical therapy company. We're a movement in the profession. We are your premier physical therapy team in West Tennessee.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
The Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. Ball Game Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
It's time for the second half of action here on Ball Game Blitz. If you're just now joining us, I'm Alexander Bitterling, joined by Steve Beverly, and the Bruins are up by 1.
Why are we coming apart? You said you were joined by me. I didn't know we were coming apart. That's an old one, brother. That's an old one. It's always what we used to say in news. You'd end the newscast with, "Thank you for joining us." And then as soon as the mics were off, you'd say, "Why are we coming apart?" Remember that sometimes and use it. Let's look at the scoring real quickly here for USJ. Hudson rushing with 6 points and Sam Cale with 5. They're your leaders for the Bruins, who lead 19-18 as we get ready to start the second half. And over for the Mustangs, Bryson Holiday with 5 and Kenton Smith with 6. Lucas Smith also with 5. So they are your leaders, and we're getting ready for this. And remember, immediately, well, I should say 10 minutes after this one is over with, then we will be going to the varsity, as it will be the Bruins. It'll be a boys-only game. The Bruins will be taking on Natchez Trace, and so that should be an interesting one for all of us here. So everybody stay with us.
Time has expired, but the teams look like they're still warming up on the floor, at least. We still have yet to see the Bruins.
The Bruins have not come back on the floor. So I don't think they're going to get any warm-up time here.
Here they come. Somebody forgot to check their watch.
Yeah, you got to be able to you got to be able to make that time marker to come back out here because it's 10 minutes and you don't get any respite off of that rule.
Mustangs will start with the ball here in the second half.
I'm going with a little smaller lineup to start the second half.
Kenton Smith still running the offense.
Mustangs led it 8-5 at the end of the first quarter, and then it was a 14-10 run in the second quarter to give the lead to the Bruins.
Trying to get something developed here. Smith's going to be called for a travel.
That was another one of those cases as he was trying the spin move, but he dragged his foot. You've either got to be moving the ball, or if you do that, then you got to stay with the same pivot foot, and he just slid.
So Bruins still up by 1, holding on by a thread to that lead, but they would like to add to it. Backing him down, fadeaway jumper, won't fall.
Well, it looked like that time they picked up the left wing a little bit tighter than we saw, but look at this steal.
Kale makes up for it on the other end. Reading that pass perfectly. Spin move, hangs, yes.
Outstanding job with that turnaround, and Kale now is with 7, and he's the game leader.
Smith driving and way up and in.
Well, now he's the game leader with 8. Now look at this, and watch the rotation that you see with Hudson rushing, and also with Yandel on the wings.
Stolen away. Smith with a spin move. Drives, tries a fancy layup, but can't get it to fall.
And they will keep it in the hands of the Bruins.
Now, if Kenton Smith had passed that ball over to Lucas Smith, he had a much better look at that layup.
Yeah, he was wide open. That's one thing. Sometimes you get too intent in going in, taking it yourself, and you got to be looking who you've got open, perhaps on the side.
In the corner for 3, yes.
Hudson rushing with 9. Now he is the game leader. We've just switched that category around all over the place here. But again, it was that left wing that was the big difference, and yet another turnover by the Mustangs.
So the Bruins get an opportunity here, a little bit of a gift from the Mustangs, an opportunity to add on. Well, Steve, the national championship has started. It's your Dogs versus the Frogs.
Yes.
How are you feeling about it?
I'm nervous. I don't care whether the Dogs are the favorite. I'm always nervous. I'll let you know if Georgia is leading. If Georgia is leading by 21 in the third quarter, I'll let you know.
Up and in there. Gave him a little bit of a ride, but Yandel gets it done.
And scoring is really distributed, and the Mustangs going to take a timeout because they're down by 6.
So the Bruins jump out to a 7-2 jump here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break as the teams talk it over.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
26-20, the Bruins going on a little bit of run here in the third quarter, and the Mustangs wanted to talk that one over. They'll get a chance to inbound the ball here and hoping to make some changes, Steve.
Well, they're in that half-court trap again that really confuses the offense.
Driving to Smith, that one won't fall. Good reverse layup there.
Hayes Eubanks was very, very intent on that follow-up, and he managed to get that reversal.
Big 3 off the mark, and the 2 up and in for Eli Yandel.
Well, Eli has really turned on the steam. He's got 7 now.
About 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter, and Smith will draw the foul there.
And when you see these younger ones like that, they have to push the ball a little bit harder to be able to make the difference in the game. And you're getting set to see Jacob Snyder check back in for the Bruins.
Beautiful shot there from Kenton Smith. That's his first out of 5 free throws today. Second one will bounce out. Smith gets the rebound, tries to do the fancy layup there, but just didn't have the right angle.
That's one of those, if he grows another 6 inches, he'll have it off the glass like he's supposed to.
3 high arc is off. Holiday is going to take it against 2 Bruins.
Oh, my, and no call.
No call.
Jump ball in the alternate possession will give it back to the Bruins.
Sam Cale really tried to sell that one. I just don't think there wasn't enough contact there.
No, that's the way you sell it in pro wrestling, when you bounce off the ropes and you have a collision.
Bruins a good look at a 3. Off the mark on that one for Jones.
Boy, from our vantage point, it looked like he had it right there.
It's one of those that looks good and then it just keeps going and you realize it's a little too far. Good spin move there by Smith, but it won't get the good bounce. You can tell that Smith really has some great post moves, and if he can really get those to start falling, it's going to be a huge asset for the Mustangs.
Well, we've been seeing a few exchanges of mistakes and turnovers in the last 2 possessions.
Smith in trouble now. Tied up by Bruins.
And that's one of the things I'm sure his coach would probably tell him, all right, you have a lot of good physical ability and you can really push that, but you had 2 guys who were open behind you, and it might have been a little bit better to take that opportunity.
So a quick third quarter so far, 1:49 on the clock in this one. They get into Holiday. Smith's going to try to drive. He'll get that one to fall. Lucas Smith, and not to be mistaken with Kenton Smith. A foul there. That one's going to be on Holiday. Reaching way over.
So you're going to send Snyder to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
The quick stop from Snyder just got Holiday all mixed up, and he tried to reach out with his hands and commits the foul.
I should take that back. He is the only one who has shot a free throw for the Bruins so far tonight.
He's 1 for 3 now from the charity stripe. Trying to improve right now to 50%. Bruins lead it by 3, but they would love to capitalize on these free throws. That one's up and in.
Well, they're back to a 2-possession lead, and the key here is going to be continuing defense, and they're still in that half-court trap.
Smith in the corner. And stolen away by the Bruins. It just landed in his hands. Cale drives. What a layup there.
Boy, that is instinctiveness, because Cale had about 2 changes of pace in his dribble, and there you go. They've somewhat got Huntingdon rattled right now because of that turnover, and Cale was just so calm under duress from the defense and managed to lay it home, and then they forced that turnover coming back the other way.
Tries to pick up the ball but loses control of it. I guess it was tipped before it went out because they're going to say it stays in the hands of the Bruins. So Drew Davis tried to pick up the ball off the ground and just lost control of it. Davis has got to find somebody, running out of time.
Dogs have scored the first touchdown, but I am still very nervous.
That did not take very long.
No.
Smith for 3, yes.
Beautiful form on the part of Kenton Smith, and he's in double figures now with 12.
Bruins tried to do a 3 as well, but it won't fall. 35 on the clock, and the Bruins lead it by 3, but Mustangs could tie it right here before the end of the third.
Well, they got that big physical presence of Noah Britt back in there. Look at that.
Smith with an opportunity for the 3-point play.
Britt couldn't get over there fast enough to be able to knock that one away, and so Smith, who's had himself a strong last 2 or 3 minutes of this contest, he's had 7 points in this quarter alone, and this could tie it.
Smith is determined right now to keep his Mustangs in this ball game. He'll tie that one up with the bank. As long as it goes in the hoop, you don't matter what it hits.
They're going to play for the final opportunity. I saw the signal.
They've got to hurry it. They've got 9 seconds. Bruins can't get anybody open. Good give there. And 31 drives it home. 32, excuse me, Noah Britt.
Well, Britt delivers offensively, and so you take it to the house right now with the Bruins on top 33-31. They're hanging on to that one-basket lead.
High-scoring quarter there for both teams, considering the way the rest of this ball game has gone. We'll take a quick break before we come back with the final 6 minutes of action, and this ball game is anybody's.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
33-31 your score right now. 6 minutes left in this ball game. And Steve, what do the Bruins need to do to secure this victory?
Got to still play strong defense and try to keep Smith from taking control of the game. And that's one way right there. Force the turnovers.
Good job there. That one falls in for Jacob Snyder.
And Snyder so far is 6 on the night, but that was a big key with momentum to start the quarter.
You can see every time Smith gets the ball, the Bruins are moving over to double team him.
There's one thing that Coach Mark Campbell says in a situation like this when you have a small margin. Play like you're behind. Boy,
no breathing with the lead at this point of the ball game.
No. And he was about to go into a brick wall over in the other side because he had Snyder and Britt sandwiching him. Britt's going to come back out, and they're going to get a little more speed in there.
Snyder commits the foul, so the Mustangs will have it down at the baseline. Smith with the three. Yes. Mustangs are 1 point away.
Did that with a quick jumper. So Lucas has 10.
You can hear the defense chants from the Mustangs. Not a lot of action from the Bruins bench right now. Good gather there. Great shot by Kale.
Sam Kale in double figures with 11.
Almost lost it there. Smith with a good drive. Swatted away.
Beautiful time jump by Sam Kale to avoid the foul and swat it away.
Another big block by Kale. That's his second of this ball game.
You don't see that many block shots in a middle school level, but when you can have a defender who can deliver that, that is huge.
A three wide open, why not? Almost. That would have tied the ball game.
Great boxing out to get that defensive rebound.
Three off the front of the rim.
If you're going to do a three that quick, you better be sure you got somebody down underneath to get the rebounds, and nobody was there for the Bruins.
Now the Mustangs trying to find a play to tie this one up. I bet they're going to try to get Smith open over there in the corner. Good tip by Braden Jones to stop the play a little bit, give the Mustangs a little bit of mix-up in their offensive possession. Hudson Rushing's going to go take a seat for a moment. Half of this quarter is over, but still plenty of time. Holiday drives too strong.
He has such a long physical extension, but you got to be able to get it up off of that square rather than trying to do it just strictly off the glass.
Drew Davis has the ball. The Bruins look like they're thinking about these threes, but they're not taking them.
What a move by Sam Cale.
And everything that Sam Cale has done, Kenton Smith has done as well. These two players going head-to-head right now.
Well, he's got 13.
Cale an opportunity here for the three-point play and to put his Bruins up by 6 points. Bounce won't happen. Still a two-possession game.
And timeout is called.
Looks like
by
the
Mustangs.
Yep. Mustangs are calling this one. 3:12 on the clock. Your score is 39-34 here on Ball Game Blitz.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
It's becoming a bit of a nail-biter here at USJ, but the Bruins lead it right now by 5. They've got to hold on for 3 minutes and 12 seconds, Steve.
I call it a tooth puller rather than a nail biter because, to be honest with you, if I bit my nails all during a game like this, it would be very painful.
But a tooth pull would not?
Well, you know, they at least will give you the Novocaine that will make it less painful. You're usually doing it to yourself if you are biting your nails.
Good job there, picking up on that passing lane. Jacob Snyder.
That's just good defense all the way across. He was in too much traffic to try to lay that one in. He had 6 hands in his face.
Smith, a great pass, but they're not able to capitalize on it. The Bruins pushing it the other way, trying to score quickly.
Look at that! What a follow shot by Braden Jones.
And Braden Jones really getting it done. He's going to be clutch right now. That's a big basket, and to draw the foul. Puts the Bruins up by 7. That's a 3 possessions.
And that is actually their largest lead of the game. They've been up 6 a couple of times.
And he gets a perfect shot on that one.
Boy, when he can give you a 3-point play at this stage of the game, that is huge because you only got 2:40 left. It's making it harder and harder without a shot clock for a Huntingdon team to make a rally.
Smith getting frustrated with his team. Here's a wide open look. Just off the mark. Holiday tried to save it, but he's going to step out of bounds. So the Bruins, another possession, and time is winding down for the Mustangs.
Well, and the Mustangs at this stage of the game, you've got to keep from making careless passes. They've got a lot of physical presence on the floor, but you can't be careless with the passes.
Takes it himself, yes.
Put it up softly off the iron, and for Cale, that is 15.
There were 3 Mustangs right there, but they let Cale have the shot, so he took it. Smith finally finds a man. He was triple teamed as well. Short, but he'll draw the foul.
But a 10-point lead, you're talking about a 4-possession game right now. That is going to be very, very difficult unless they get a lot of stops, a lot of turnovers. It's going to be very difficult for this Mustang team to overcome this.
Lucas Smith gets the first one to fall. That'll help a little bit.
He's had himself a fine night with 11 points.
And he's clutch there. So 2 points, but this one really got out of hand pretty quickly for the Mustangs. Going to be a foul, I believe, on Zayden Connolly.
That's only the 4th team foul, so they are not going to be in the bonus.
You've got to make it difficult for the Bruins to inbound it here, and they decide not to.
Now, and if you don't get a steal here within about 15 seconds, you're really just playing into the hands of the Bruins across the board. Well, he tried for one.
Smith did try there, and you can tell that he's going to continue to play all the way till the end of that buzzer. So 150. Bruins fans probably breathing a little bit faster now.
He's going to spread them out right now so that he can probably see if they can run some clock as much as possible.
So Bruins going to take a timeout. They must have not liked what they saw there. 1:38 still on the clock. 8-point lead right now for your Bruins. We'll be back with the last minute and a half on Ball Game Blitz.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
44-36, your score, and the Bruins are trying to get this one done here. They've got the ball, trying to run some more time off the clock.
Well, when you got, say, a minute and 40 seconds left, the key thing that you have to deal with, just run the clock, spread your players out like this. And you can't run, well, you really could run the old four corners that Dean Smith used to at North Carolina, and he could run 4 to 5 minutes off the clock late in the game. That's what you didn't want to do, but they got away with it. Yep, they had the easy shot, but they just didn't want to put it back into their possession.
Snyder's going to drive but give up the ball. Just like you said, they just want to hold on to it and run that clock down.
Yeah, this is almost like a four corners where you spread out four players and you have their post player in the middle, but his job is primarily to look to see who's open and get it back out to them. The only way you break it up is to commit a foul.
Another foul there by Zayden Connolly, and they let too much time run off the clock before they decided to foul. It's 105, 8-point lead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one. That'll help.
Yeah, you can't make that kind of pass here at this situation, and you can't make that kind of pass.
Making up for it on the other end of the floor, and the Bruins 50 seconds away from a win.
Drew Davis hasn't scored, but he's had a fine defensive game tonight.
Almost there.
He's not going to take that three, even though he's wide open. And the foul.
That foul's going to be on Lucas Smith. So the Bruins fans can feel it, sign a little bit of relief here in the building. 36 seconds away, and they know they've got this one pretty much wrapped up.
Going for a doubleheader sweep against Huntingdon. Yeah, I don't think they're going to even really try to, well, they did there. But as you say, they let about 20 seconds go off the clock before they committed that foul. If you're going to try to do that to break it up, you just need to do it immediately. If you cannot get a steal, then go ahead and take the foul.
A lot of times teams like to try and wait and get the steal, and if not, then commit the foul. But things weren't working out for the Mustangs, so they should have gone right to the foul.
Yeah, when you're 8 down at this stretch, it's just very, very hard to let that much time get off the clock.
Add another one to Sam Kales. Score bracket. He puts the Bruins up by 9.
Off the mark, but 16 for Sam Kale in this one.
Here's a three for Smith. Way to the left.
And Drew Davis thought he had defensive position, but he's charged with the body contact, so that's. But with 7.8 seconds left, what more do the Bruins care, because this one is in the bank.
Holiday will take these, but they will not affect the game at all. First one will fall. They get another chance, take a three. And this one's over. 3 seconds on the clock. Smith will get the last shot. No good. So your Bruins win it 45-37, and they finish out the doubleheader win over Huntingdon.
That final period of action, it was a 12-6 edge for the Bruins, and they really put it on with the money in the bank where that was concerned. Let me run down the scoring real quick before we take our break. And remember, everybody, we will be back with the men's varsity team I know that it's usually called boys, but I'm giving them respect. The men's varsity team will be taking on Natchez Trace, and so that'll be a real interesting one when we finish up here. But let me show you here how we wound up for Huntingdon. You had Kenton Smith. He had 8 points in that final quarter and ended up with 15 in the game. And then Bryson Holiday with 6. Lucas Smith with 12. And so those were your leaders. You had 2 guys in double figures. And then across the board for the Bruins, it was a Sam Cale night with 16 points, and he had 1 3-pointer amidst all of that. And then Hudson Rushing delivered 9. Eli Yandell with 7. And you had Jacob Snyder with 6. But it was Sam Cale both offensively and defensively who dominated, and so we give him our Ball Game Blitz Sports Network Player of the Game Award.
Absolutely, and just a great game from Sam Cale. He played phenomenal on both sides of the floor, some huge blocks as well was those points that he put up for the Bruins. Just a great game for the middle school boys and the middle school girls. You got to be excited if you're a Bruins fan.
You absolutely do. Well, about a little less than 19 minutes from now, we'll be here with the big one, with the boys varsity taking on Natchez Trace. So everybody stay with us right here on the Ball Game Blitz Sports Network, powered by Worthy Road Studios. I'm Steve Beverly and Alexander Bitterling calling the action for there. We'll split the call on the men's game, and so until then, everybody have a good trip to the refrigerator, grab yourself something to eat, and then we'll be back with the final third of our triple header.